I've been personally blessed by this, and I trust it'll do the same for every single one of you. Obviously, this past weekend was rugby, right? So I want to quickly pop up a picture here of a particular rugby team. I don't think you guys have ever heard of them. It's called the All Blacks. All right. You guys all know what they're busy doing here, right? There was not a police officer standing saying hands up, right? But it's the All Blacks, and I think all of us are familiar with this thing that they do before their game, which is called the haka. Have you guys ever heard of that? All right, awesome. So what is I'd love to hear from you guys, like, what is one word that you would associate with the haka to basically describe one of the character traits of the haka? I'm looking for a particular word to describe. If you look at their faces, if you look at like how their muscles are also bulging, and you see them and you see the intensity, what is like one word that you would associate with the haka to describe the haka?
Intimidation.
Intimidation. All right, cool.
Or a challenge.
A challenge, yes. Anything else? I'll give you a clue for the word that we're looking for. It starts with the letter P.
Power.
Power. All right, excellent. But there's one in particular. Intimidation, challenge, power. Another one. P. I'll give you the next letter of the word. A.
Passion.
Thank you so much, my love. Passion. All right. Because I mean, you don't see any guy busy when he's doing the haka. You don't see them busy yawning. Right. He's not like you think, and then he's yawning. No, like when they're doing this, they are fully into it. Fully passionate. I mean, there's a lot of also, pride, not in an ugly way, but there's pride there too for representing their country and so forth. So passion, definitely something that they are passionate about doing. And I mean, they're going to go into a battle, and you don't want to go into a battle and not be passionate, all right? Because there's going to be some trials, there's going to be some tribulation, and when you're going to go into a battle, you need some passion in that. Let me change quickly the subject. Here's another guy. This is Ronaldo, okay? And usually when he scores, now I know you might not be that familiar with soccer or into it, but usually when he scores a goal, he does this thing where he like spins around in the air and he goes down like that, and he goes like, see, and it's become like pretty famous thing across the globe, right? But also you don't see him yawning mid-air when he's busy doing it, all right? I mean, he's this full-blown intensity when he's busy doing it. And another word again that you can describe this particular celebration is the word passion, okay? Passion. And here's a side note, just a quick lesson I think we can learn from Ronaldo at least, is that, I mean, he's currently one of the best, if not the best soccer player in the globe, and he's been that consistently, I mean, for the past couple of years. Yet there's still people that hate him. And I think the lesson that we can draw from that is, I mean, you can do great things and still not everybody like you. So what's the point? Do great things. All right. So next one over here is it hits home because it's part of our family, but this is Jan. All right, that's our son, that's our dog over there, Yanni. All right, and usually, yeah, he loves his toys and he loves playing fetch. And though he looks a bit overweight, and I say that lightly, excuse the pun, okay, but he's slightly overweight for Boston, hey, love, he's slightly overweight. Yeah. But yet, when you chuck the ball, the amount of passion that he runs after that ball, I mean, he'll outsprint potentially Usain Bolt. He's that quick. Okay, super quick. But again, the amount of passion, I mean, even when he's like on the verge of blooming heat stroke, yeah. Okay, nice. He still wants to go, he still wants to move because he's got that sense of passion within him. And also, I think a lesson that we can learn from Yanni over here, if ever you come and meet him at some point in your life, all right, Yanni is like a massive ball of love. You can try and reject him, he'll still try to come and lick you and kiss you. You know, sometimes you find people that are like a bit like, no, get on me, spring me, and Jan doesn't give a flip. I mean, he's going to come, he's going to jump on you with your white pants and everything, going to come jump on you and just love you and all of that. And he's going to continue, he's passionate, all right, in that love. That love continues and continues and continues and continues. And I think it's a valuable lesson that all of us can draw from too. Also that when we get pushed away and so forth, just continue to walk in love, all right? Okay, next one over here, I've got a bunch of ants here. And also, I know some of you have committed murder towards ants and have squished them in science class back in school. But if you look at ants, and when you see them going from the bread basket, you know, in your house or wherever they might be in your house, I mean, one thing again you can associate with the ant is like the amount of passion that they have when they're busy working. Like these champs graft, these champs moving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And just a little side note, a couple of things regarding the ant over here. These are a couple of scriptures that really have served me well in my life. But just a couple of things other than passion that we can learn from the ant over here. Proverbs chapter 6 from verse 6. It says this: when you're feeling lazy, come and learn a lesson from this tale of the tiny ant. Yes, all you lazy bones, come learn from the example of the ant and enter into wisdom. The ants have no chief, no boss, no manager. No one has to tell them what to do. You'll see them working and toiling all summer long, stockpiling their food in preparation for winter. So wake up, sleepyhead. How long will you lie there? When will you wake up and get out of your bed? What a couple of verses, all right, of lessons that we can learn from this tiny little creature over here. But the one we want to zone in on is the one in particular, which is passion, the amount of passion that they have with regards to engaging in their work and in life in general. Next picture over here is a picture of what you call an eagle, right? Beautiful, beautiful picture. Again, when you see an eagle attacking its prey or going after its prey, I mean, it's not lackadaisy about it at all. Yeah. It's filled with passion. It's filled with enthusiasm. Okay, it's not double-minded in any way, and boom, it gets exactly what it wants to get. Next one over here is a picture of a pack of lions. What I like about personally, pride of lions. Thank you so much, my lovey. All right, and then you got the poor wildebeest over there busy gunning by himself. I think what's key, a buffel. Is that a buffel? Oh, yeah, jammer, it's a buffel daar. Thank you. Buffelspoor, die gaat ons. Okay, but for me personally, what I like about this picture is you got the male lion there at the back and you got the female one over there too, all about teamwork. But again, when you see lions going after the prey, I mean, you don't see the guy there at the back busy yawning again. All right? So full-blown passion again with regards to attacking and going after what it's supposed to do within life. So these are all pictures relating to the word passion. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a picture of the most passionate thing that you'll ever see and witness within your life. Here we go. Now, if you're talking about passion, you can't leave this out. Because this is the passionate love that our Father has towards us. All right? This is a picture. This is like the definition of blooming passion right here. Next one over here. And that's the pinnacle of it. All right? That's ultimately the pinnacle of it. Passion. And I want to close off with this one here, which if you guys can recall, last week we had a couple of statements regarding change and reasons why change is good, right, on this picture. And I came back to this picture this past week, and God helped me to see, because for some reason, like at some stage in my life, I literally had printed this picture out in color and stuck it on my wall. Like, I'm personally so, when I look at this picture, I'm so inspired by this particular picture. And I was thinking, why am I inspired by this picture? I mean, he's sitting on a blooming horse. All right. What inspires me about this picture? And God helped me to see this past week in preparation with regards to this, why I was so inspired by this picture. Because for me, in my head, and please forgive my ignorance, and you might not agree with me, but that's okay. We're all different in that regard. But for me, it's like what I feel like the pinnacle of a man looks like, right? I mean, he's on a blooming horse and he looks tough and and all of this. And there's something that inspires you that you can be more and become more within your own life at the end of the day. And God took me through a whole process. Now, if you go and look in Revelation chapter 1, now when you hear Revelation, sometimes people go like, ooh, the end times and, all these kind of theories and so forth. But the word of Revelation, the book of Revelation rather, John writes it in the first couple of verses. This is the revelation of Jesus Christ. All right? It's the revealing of Jesus Christ. And now John, who has been exiled onto the island of Patmos, he has this vision. John was doing the very thing that God called him to do. He was fulfilling the very purpose that God had called him to fulfill, and yet it got him in a lot of trouble. And he was exiled onto an island to go and die. He was left there to die. That was the purpose of him going there. Okay? But yet when he was there, he wasn't miserable about life. But yet in that moment, he has this vision of Jesus Christ. And now the vision that he had of Jesus Christ is not, oh, meek and mild, oh, baby Jesus. All right? That was not the picture. The picture that John got, the vision that John got, which is in the Bible, Revelation chapter 1, is a completely different picture that we've been sold a lot of the times, through Google and all these different types of things. Because sometimes what we tend to do as individuals, and I know this because I myself have done this within my own life, is that we leave Jesus on the cross. We leave him here. Okay? We leave him here. Meanwhile, that's not where he is, my friends. All right? Because over there, all right, in his weakness, he made us strong. He took upon our weakness upon himself. He took upon our sin upon himself. He took our depression upon himself, in order that what could happen? We could have the resurrection life within us and lead a victorious life moving forward. Why? Because of his passionate love towards us. Okay?